No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Zero Interest. This time we're looking at Konosuba Season 2, Episode 7, An Invitation for This Knucklehead.
Yay.
Take it away, Casey.
I just realized I could full screen the capture system so I can actually see my camera and see what I look like. I look fuzzy. I think the resolution's not great. Right, so, also I'm cocking my head pretty severely. This episode starts with Aqua and Kazuma being weird. Like, really, really weird.
Yeah, Megaman went to stay over at a friend's house for a few days while Cosmo cooled down from the whole having the Holy Sword Excalibur written down on his adamant. They said it the last episode, so Megaman went to a friend's house for a couple days. So I'm guessing she was with Union or something. I don't know. So Mega Man comes back, and Kazuma and Aqua being weird. How would you describe their weirdness, Casey?
New money.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. People trying to ape the customs and ways of rich people, or at least what they think rich people are like. And yeah.
Here, Cosmo, here's some freshly brewed tea I just made. Ha ha ha! Aqua, it's just hot water. You must have purified it on accident.
Oh, silly me. Oh, I'll just have to brew it again.
And Megaman's freaked out by this, understandably.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
This is like the third time I've seen this, so I didn't laugh out, loud when I saw this, but I still think it's pretty funny. Like that's a fun way to return to our characters. All right, rest of the summary, go.
Thanks. I kind of forget a lot what happened in this episode because it was really weird because it doesn't actually go anywhere as a whole. It's kind of an episode like one of those, helicopter shots from Lord of the Rings where it's just like them traveling somewhere and doesn't actually accomplish anything on its own. It's an episode like that because that's all that happens.
It's like I said, this is starting a new sort of volume, and because it's a light novel, you end up having that slow beginning chapter. Yeah. We're moving into things now.
Yeah. So, Darkness shows up, I believe, and explains exactly what occurred to make them go so freaking weird. Which was Veneer showed up, and Aqua was incredibly hostile to him for, well, I guess justifiable reasons by her understanding of the situation, which was just he's here and he's a dickhead and he's a demon and he breathed through my barrier like it was nothing when I'm supposed to be a goddess, and that's kind of a point of shame for her. So
yeah, he damages her pride and then laughs at it. He is specifically a demon, which is kind of more her counter than even Wiz. So they really don't get along.
So yeah, there's some passive-aggressive sniping and some aggressive-aggressive sniping, and I can't remember whether she attacks him first or they explain it first. I think she attacks him first.
She attacks him first.
Yeah, and hits him with the exorcism thing, I think it was.
Sacred exorcism.
Yeah, so his body turns to dust, and then he tries to make a new one out of, I'd say earth, but there wasn't any. Like, they're inside a house?
Yeah, it's earth. It's supposed to be he's creating it through magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and she just sort of grabs hold of the mask while he's trying to form a body. and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a hijinks scene, and then it just kind of skips over the part where it gets resolved because nobody actually cares, and it was just a hijinks scene. Um, so next, they basically outline what really happened, which was outlining the terms of the deal that Cosmo made with Veneer, which was okay, make we're gonna reinvent, let's say, some things from Cosmo's world, the real world, and sell those because they'll be guaranteed to sell because they've been proven to be very useful in the other world and
Yeah.
jump-started technology and all that stuff. And there's a table filled with devices that I didn't really spend enough time to actually look at and see what they were
Uh,
supposed to be.
one of them was, those little things that you put on apples to slice them into apple slices, like really simple things like that.
Hmm.
You, you know, like you put it and it has a little hole, so it cuts out the core and the seed, and then you just get all the apple slices that go all around. So that was one thing that I saw that I noticed.
You know, if there was a printing press on that table, Space Battles would have lost their shit, and this would have been their favorite anime ever.
But it's not realistic for him to know how to even create a printing press. Like, I'm impressed he managed to make an apple slicer and a kotetsu.
Hmm. So, yeah, it's surprisingly enough, it's not realistic for everyone in the fucking world to know how to make a printing press. So, to be perfectly honest, why I'm not having my SI do that because I don't know how, and also why I'm not posting it to Space Battles because they would be mad at me not doing that. So,
But a printing press? Well, of course not. Do you know how to make a printing press? Like, there's like only one show I can think of that would have a justifiable reason for creating a printing press. And although I don't like it, it's in another world with my smartphone because he has access to Google. So
that sounds like cheating to me. Like,
it is cheating, and it's completely trash. But it would be the only explanation you could really have is that you're in another world, but you have access to Google. So
yeah. So, yeah. Veneer is like, okay, all this stuff should be really great, so I can give you 30 million, was it
300.
300 million down payment, and you just give me complete rights to sell these and make
Yeah.
them.
Sell the intellectual properties for
Yep.
300 million, or I'll give you royalties of 1 million every month.
Uh, and Cosma is doing the cost benefit calculations of the ones that you would expect to make in a deal of this kind of
Yeah.
size and style. Like, this is the actual kind of deal that a lot of people make when they're selling their intellectual property and such things. So he's trying to decide whether to just go for the lump sum, assuming that maybe the products will just stop selling after a while and he would not get as much money back, or just go for the royalties and just not have to worry about diminishing a large sum over time. Um, and that's pretty much where they come back to the beginning. They say, okay, we're going to get back to you, and also, fuck you, says Aqua, because she knows how to business, I guess. Yeah. Fuck you guys who's willing to give us a lot of money and who could change the terms of that deal at any time because none of it was in writing.
Yeah.
Bright spark, that one.
Reminder that she has low intelligence and that intelligence can't increase. Oh.
So, yeah, we come back to present day, I guess. And they're still doing their routine of, we're new money and hoity toity, dooby doo. We're so rich and cultured and stuff. Or,
We can defeat the Devil King with the power of money. We'll just hire a bunch of people to go do it. And
yeah. And Megumin naturally is very against this, partially because it goes against her spirit of unlock a secret hidden power that is
yeah.
awesome and stuff.
You have to awaken to a new power, and it has to be dramatic, and it has to be like fitting of an adventure. And
Yeah, you can tell how not Chuny I am by how difficult I find it to describe Chuny beliefs and things like that. Yeah.
it's like it has to be cool,
Hmm.
and that's not cool to just hire a bunch of people and just kind of overwhelm him with numbers. That's not quite cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I was ever Chuny even when I was 13 and thus
I'm pretty.
expected to be. I was just kind of lame and an
I
old man.
was I was I was young, edgy. Like, boy, Shadow the Hedgehog is the coolest character. Yeah, that's that's what I was when I was 13.
Okay, when I was 13, I liked Shadow the Hedgehog too, but mostly because the soundtrack kicked ass, and that was pretty much it.
Dude, I was really edgy when I was 13. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, someone, I forget who, suggests that they get away
Uh,
for a
yeah.
while.
Megaman's like, come on, we should be going on an adventure. Cosmo's like, no. Besides, I need to heal because I just literally died, and I don't want to be an adventurer anymore because the last time I set up a whole plan and we had it all set together,
Mhm.
I still died
Did
after all that work I put in.
everything right, and he doesn't. I don't know whether it's being polite or what, but doesn't mention that Aqua was basically the one that single-handedly fucked it up. But yeah, so
Like,
yeah,
I can
he doesn't want to do that anymore. It's not
you
worthwhile.
can see where he's coming from though.
Mm.
It's like I could just literally the lady said I'd be better as a merchant. Just be a merchant, make a ton of money, live relaxed life. You know, just be cool. And Megan's like, oh, so if you want to heal, why don't we go to the hot spring city, Arkanratia or whatever.
Yeah, it's the stupid name.
Yeah,
Oh, Japan trying to make European Latinate sounding names. Or I suppose technically this one would be Greek, I think.
and
And
Aqua being the goddess of water is like, yeah, so the city of water and hot springs. Let's go.
yeah. So they prepare for the trip and everything and hire a wagon, and
Yeah,
things like
Cosmo
that.
Cosmo
Cosmo
stop.
goes to see Veneer and say, "Hey, we can't actually do the thing for a little while yet because we're going out of town. We're going to this place with the hot springs that no one will ever remember the name of because it is not in any way
Yeah,
a word you can get your tongue around. Words are failing. Sleep. It was a
Arkanratia.
thing that I couldn't do.
He only got 2 hours of sleep, so if he's surly, it's because he needs a nap.
In half-hour stints. It was great. You know what's great when you're trying to sleep? Phone calls. Phone calls are fantastic. Just waking you up and you don't understand what's going on, but your phone is doing something, so you blah 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 at your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was great. So, he goes to see Veneer and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to this place." And then he sees Wiz just on the floor, burnt up for some reason. And Veneer explains what happened, and she bought some stupid things that were supposed to be like portable toilets,
she
sort of
bought
thing.
like 10 crates of these things that
Yeah,
are like
they're little wooden things with a handle on them, and they
and a
basically
lid.
create water. Yeah, they create water so that it will just, deal with any mess, and it will also make a sound so that it will cover what you're doing,
Yeah,
essentially. Um,
privacy.
but I don't know how private it would make it when it just makes a noise, which would make people want to see what's going. Whatever. That that's kind of part and parcel of why it's a stupid thing.
That's
It
yeah,
also attracts monsters. So yeah,
and the water creates a localized disaster because it shoots out so much water.
mm.
And she tried to stock the shop full of them.
She basically bought crates and crates full of aqua.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Wow.
um, which
That
are
is
useless.
a terrible purchase. That is a horrifying purchase.
So she's like, Veneer, can you? It'll sell. So can you stop coming at me with my death ray? And he's like, eyes lighting up red, and he's like, yeah. So you're going to the hot spring city. Could you do me a favor? I need to fix things up here. And
Yeah, just kind of take her with you, and I don't care. Just go get her away from me.
she can't handle a shop.
So, he takes her with him to the wagons, and they reserve seats in quote unquote the comfiest wagon. And in the meantime, Wiz starts to disappear for some
Because
reason.
she got hit with a really powerful laser, and Aqu was nearby.
Oh right, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Logic.
There's a part literally later where Aqua's tears hurt Wiz. Like, yeah.
Okay, so Cosmo uses Drain Touch on Darkness to transfer energy to Wiz so she won't die, and then Darkness is pissed off about this.
You didn't give her any warning, and she's just kind of strangling him. He's like, no. Right.
So they reserve seats in one of the wagons, and turns out one of the seats is already taken by a cage with a little baby red dragon in it.
Yeah. There's also stuff on the seats. So there's only room for like 4 people. But they have 5.
Yeah, so they do rock, paper, scissors to see who will sit on the back of the wagon, just hanging out of the back of it. And Cosmo wins, I think.
Yeah, he wins the first round.
Yeah, he picks scissors and everyone else picked paper, I think.
Yeah.
And Aku says, no, we have to keep playing until there is one definitive loser. Because that's how that works. Like, yeah, okay, let's play like 60 games of rock, paper, scissors is how we're going to decide this. And Cosmo's like, you know what? Okay, I'll play you specifically 3 times, and if I lose once, then I'll sit in the back. She's like, you don't even know how probability works, you
That's
fucking
impossible.
dumbass.
Cut to immediately next scene, she's on the ground, like, no, one more game.
So he gives her one more game, and she loses again.
Yeah, he says, I've never lost at rock, paper, scissors. And I'm willing to bet that's because of his high luck. But it's also probably skill, and Aqua's really dumb, so...
Yeah, there is actually a way to psychology rock, paper, scissors. There was a whole thing about it in Hunter x Hunter as well.
Yeah,
so.
There is a way to psychology it, but there's also a luck element for people who are dumb. So...
Well, I guess for people who are dumb, it's a lot easier to do the psychology thing.
Yeah.
That was also part of the Hunter thing. That was a good arc. That was just fantastic. Sorry.
Yeah.
Getting off track.
Hunter x Hunter's good.
It is. It's very good. Both versions. So, Aqua's stuck sitting on the back, and we get a little montage as they're riding out of town of all the people and stuff that they met in the first town. And Zero explained this to me, because I wouldn't have gotten it otherwise, that this was the first time they were leaving the town of beginnings, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
This for another town.
First time they were ever leaving the starter town to go to another town. Because they've left to go out and like kill things before, but they've never actually gone to another town until now.
I only just realized as I said it that I had been mentally calling this town the town of beginnings for the entire show, and that's actually the first town in Sword Art Online, which makes me feel bad about myself and my life choices. Yeah, so they're riding in the wagon, and Megumin's sort of just hanging out with the little red dragon, and she's like, was it Chomsky or something?
Yeah, Chomsky. She's like, you're not as cute as Chomsky.
Which,
oh well, maybe,
correct.
maybe you are.
No, No, it isn't.
And
Kitty.
Wiz is sleeping, and the kitty is, well, doing the thing the kitty does.
I didn't notice. I feel bad that I didn't notice.
Really? We went to it, like, it showed, like, 2 different times, and,
Nope,
like, hell, okay.
didn't
But
see
the
it.
kitty was, doing to Wiz what it likes to do to Wiz. And they... I'm taking over. You go.
It goes on for a while. They're just riding and just hanging out. Aqua complains that her butt's getting sore because she's sitting on, you know,
On the
the
back, on just kind of wood.
yeah, essentially on the floor of the wagon, except hanging off the end of it. And Cosmo says, "Okay, we'll switch when we stop." Um, kind of pointless scene of just Aqua complaining, but she's
Kind of
suffering
like
because she was a dumbass.
it's kind of like a I guess comedic interruption to the fact that we've been having this whole like montage of all this beautiful scenery, and she's just like, my butt hurts.
Yeah. So they're riding through. I think it's a desert. I think it's supposed to be a desert.
Yeah. Just kind of plains.
And Cosmo gets a Wiggins, for lack of a better term, because he doesn't actually see anything. He just randomly activates his skill. What was it? Foresight, something.
But yeah.
And sees a dust cloud off in the distance. He goes to know, "Hey, there's like a dust cloud over there. It seems to be heading towards us." And the driver's like, "Oh, it could be the lizard runner things, but I heard the princess got killed last week, so that's probably not it. It could be running hawk kites, I think he says.
Yeah. It could be. He's like, it could be a sand whale, or barring that, running hawk kites.
Cosmo's like, running hawk kites? Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense. Don't question it. Is literally what the guy says. And he says, yeah, they just like run in giant packs in mating season because everything in this show that's dangerous is because of mating season. Literally everything.
Even the frogs. The frogs
Yeah, that
eat
was
things.
the first thing.
Yeah.
And in the context of this new information that literally everything that's dangerous is because of mating season, yeah, okay, that is a little funnier, but that's a hell of a lot of time to wait for context on that. I'm still complaining about that scene. I can't believe it. Like, it's not fair. It's getting better and better as like I get more and more hindsight on it, but it's a really long time to wait for context to make that funny. The setup was too long. So yeah, they get closer, and the driver's like, "Hey, yeah, that dust cloud you're talking about, yeah, that's totally heading this way, and it's heading for this wagon." And they see it's the birds. Yeah. I'm not going to say the full name because no one cares.
The running hawk kites. Yeah,
the
thing is, with their mating season, they run towards the hardest thing in the area, and then they try to jump over it. Playing chicken, basically.
Yeah, and Cosma immediately just sort of starts glaring at Darkness and grabs her and says, "It's your hard muscles."
It's your rock hard muscles. And she's like, "Hey, Cosma, I'm still a woman, despite how tough I am. It's most likely the adamantium in my armor, adamantite in my armor that they're running at." And he's just like, No, it's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You worked hard for those muscles. Take pride. Jesus. Yeah. So, the wagon train stops because this is kind of a thing that they need to deal with. And the driver insists that they let the adventurer guards, like, they're just passengers and they're not supposed to like try and defend anyone from anything.
Yeah.
Just let the guards handle it. And Cosmo is like, "No, this is something one of my stupid party members is responsible for, so we need to actually help."
Drags Darkness out of the wagon.
Yeah. So the driver is insistent and he gets the adventurers all ready to go, but Darkness runs past them all to charge at the things because that's what she does, and Cosmo tells Megamin to prep an explosion, and the driver says, "No, fucking knock it off, just let the adventurers do the job. Adventurers go." Like fucking Pokeballs.
Front and front, and all the Avengers is like, oh, the Crusader, she's using decoy. That's a skill to attract all the monsters to her.
Hmm.
Kaz like, no, she doesn't. She's not using that skill.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's so brave, running in front of everybody, even though she doesn't have to.
Bravery has nothing to do with this. And then one of the adventurers is like, okay, I'll help out, and uses the skill Bind, which just shoots ropes out. And Darkness jumps into the path of it and gets tied up in ropes.
Yeah. And it's like, no, she must have cheated in front of it because if I'd hit them, they would have targeted me. Oh my gosh, I was so wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I just got in the way, yeah.
Because it's like, no, that's so wrong. I'm sorry.
Was this where the episode stopped? I remember it stopped at a really weird and awkward. That was
it stops with they're bearing it down on Darkness, and Darkness is ecstatic, and Cosmo's like, forgive us.
Yeah, like even in hindsight, it's actually worse how weird and jarring that end was for this episode.
Yeah, it's a weird ending for sure.
So, yeah, that's where the episode ends.
Yeah. I feel like they could have, I guess, ended this with the montage, or maybe put some more in before the road, or even cut the montage and then did more. But yeah, it was just weird pacing.
I hate this stupid hair. I keep going like that, and it just slides down my face every time. It's really annoying.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
Zero's really proud of his shrub face, which, fair play. It's a good beard. Well done. Mine's
Thank
better.
you. Okay, Colonel Sanders.
That's great. Shut up. You're wrong. So yeah, that was the episode, I guess.
Yeah. It was a fun little transition episode, you know. I think it might not be as funny to you because you're working on 2 hours of sleep.
I don't think it was that funny in general, to be perfectly
But
honest. But
it was, I don't know. Comedy is subjective. I thought it was funnier the first time I saw it. So, yeah. I'd say it was a pretty decent transitionary episode. Nothing really major in it happened. But, you know, not every episode needs to be, like, big plot event happening.
Yeah. So, that was a thing that happened. Yep.
Some information we got that's kind of necessary going forward is if Aqua touches, like, this is something that we've seen before, but if Aqua touches, like, tea or anything that's, you know, water-based, she purifies it automatically back to water. And whether she wants to or not, she can't really control it. She probably could if she reduced her holy aura that also attracts undead to her, but she doesn't want to demean herself.
So yeah, that's the episode. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. Bye. We'll see you guys next time with episode 8.